So welcome Math 2 students. We're going to be talking about factoring in these problems. So we just want to remember how to factor and what to do. So I'm kind of going to do this color coding thing. What I write down in black will be my first move, my second move. That way you can kind of follow it through after the fact. So first, what I do first, second, and third, and fourth. So start with our first. We're going to look at this. We've got this polynomial here. We're going to take x squared and put it in the bottom corner of the box. We'll put 6 in this corner. Then we will multiply x squared times 6 and get 6x squared. That goes here. And we will take the middle term and that goes there. So that's the first thing I do, is kind of put things in my box. The second is a very thinking move. So I'm going to focus on the diamond portion of my problem and think what two things multiply to make 6x squared but add to make 5x. Now you don't need the x squared and the x there, but I think it helps fill in the box better and see how the connection is. So if you're not using them, don't feel like you have to change anything. Just something to think about. So as we move into the second step, I'm thinking what two numbers multiply to make 6 but add to make 5. The numbers that multiply to make 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3. Those are the only numbers that multiply to make 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. 2 plus 3 is 5. Oh, it must be 2 and 3. And since I have x, I'm going to put x times x. X times x is x squared. X plus x is x. So 2x plus 3x is 5x. So that's that. That's my next move. The next thing I'm going to do is move everything into the diamond. So 2x goes into the box. So I move from the diamond to the box. And then fourth. So it seems like I'm just kind of didn't really do anything there, but it's important to notice how it connects. If I had not put the x squareds back here and nothing had an x on it, the box must have x's on 2 and 3. And so that's why it's kind of nicer to put them in both places. And so then I'm going to look for what they have in common. So I've got 2x and x squared. They have x in common. I've got 3x and 6, 6 and 3x. They have 3 in common. X squared and 3x have x in common. 2x and 6 have 2 in common. And so my answer is x plus 3 times x plus 2. Now, order is not critical. Signs are, so pluses, minuses, negatives, all that thing. Those are critical, but order is not. So if you have written x plus 3 times 2 plus x, that is correct. If you've written 2 plus x times x plus 3, that's correct. Just kind of keep that in mind. I'm going to keep it always writing my bottom and always putting x first. That's just the way I was trained. So, but again, you can be correct and have lots of different right answers here. Okay, so that's the first one. Example number 2, you'll notice is a little bit more complicated. And again, I'm going with the same color. So my first step is going to be the black step. So I got 7x squared to lead off my polynomial. So that goes in the bottom left-hand corner. And then 1 to finish up my polynomial. That goes up here. And then 8x goes right here. So maybe so that way every term in the polynomial had a place that it landed. Then I think, and then I have to multiply 7x squared times 1, which gives me 7x squared. So there I am. So it might have been more interesting if that had been 7x times 2, but you know, it is what it is. Then for second, I'm going to think of my two numbers. So I'm thinking two numbers that multiply to make 7, but add to make 8. The numbers that multiply to make 7 are 1 and 7, and that's all, because it's a prime number. So hopefully it's 1 and 7. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. To get the x's, I need an x times an x to make x squared, and x plus x to keep an x here. So everything looks good there. We're going to move these over. Again, I'm now moving on to the blue. 1x and 3x. Whoops. I don't know where I got 3. 7x. Then I'm looking for what they have in common. So my edges, which are purple, my last step. So 1x and 7x squared have very little, just the x. 1 and 7x have 1. 7x squared and 7x have 7x. 1x and 1 have 1. And so my answer is x plus 1 times 7x plus 1. And again, order is not critical. Parentheses are, but order is not. That's it. That's my answer. All right, so you have, I believe, 8 problems like these, and here are 2 examples for you. I hope that you find them helpful. Have a great day. We'll see you soon.